The next act of the evening, the wonderful Hannah Platt!
I said to Rob before I came on, I was like, can you just give everyone like a general health warning before we start, just in case you fall on the floor? Can you just direct us to the insulin? That'd really just set the tone. That'd really help. So yeah, as Rob said, like I did the first one of these, as I've gone so far, because like I started doing comedy in Manchester like about 3 years ago. So we started in Manchester, right? When I tell other people that I started there, especially other acts, they're quite surprised because I've normally like, it's got a bit of a laddie reputation. Not here, well, there's a fucking disco ball. Not here, but like everywhere else, over there. Bit of a laddie reputation, stag and hen do's, all that kind of stuff. But me starting here and finding my feet here, it's really taught me the kind of comedian that I want to be. Aww. And that's a male comedian. They're not commonly known as comedians. Just working comedians. Alright, I'll be honest with you. Been looking at my set recently, been looking at the jokes I tell. I feel like I need to change some stuff up because all my gigs just turn into a group therapy session. I mean, it's the appropriate room for it, to be honest. We'll go around the group. I'll start. Because I see a counsellor right now. I see a counsellor, I won't be doing this. I was meant to see a counsellor for quite a few years. I was just really worried. Like I was worried about judgment from like my friends, my family, but I was worried for judgment from the counsellor. So I didn't want to go to a complete stranger who still the reasons why I don't like myself. And you just go, yeah, sounds about right. That's what we in the mental health world call self-awareness. Turns out, Hannah, you're not bipolar, you're just a bit of a prick. He didn't say that, but I'm still convinced my counsellor hates me though, because when I first met him, he gave me this self-help book that was called I'm Not Good Enough. So, you know what I mean? I feel like that's a mixed message, isn't it? Because it's become my mantra. The second part is called Do Us All a Favour. And the third part is called These Hipsters Will Realise Soon Enough That You Are Not Cool Enough to Be Suicidal. So that's me. I don't many friends from comedy. What is this voice, Hannah? Stop it, it's really fucking annoying. I just like doing it, I don't know what it is. I don't make many friends through comedy. All the mates I make are blokes as well, and that's not through choice. I'm in the market for female friends, I'll piss in your mouth, whatever. If for nothing else than just to make eye contact with another woman when my mate says something slightly misogynistic. Like, at the minute I'm like fucking Tim from The Office, just like looking at an existing camera. He's shite. But I make mainly bloke mates through doing comedy because I don't get to gig with other women that much, and that's not, that's just for you as an audience. That's a bit of a buffer, just in case you don't get confused and think we're raising money for gender-specific cancer. But we are raising money for cancer, aren't we? That's handy, you're on. We've got that, there's a bucket going round, probably. My mates, my bloke mates, I love them. They're trying to set me up with people because they're sick of me trying to neck them when I'm drunk. And I don't know if you ever had your mates set you up with someone, but it just shows you how little your friends think of you. Because they'll go, Hannah, have you ever met Paul? How have you never met Paul? How have you never met Paul? He's the male version of you. How have you never met Paul? You and Paul like two bloody peas in a pod. Like a bloody house on fire. You'll get on like two peas in a pod, like a house on fire. He likes all the same films, all the same music. You'll get on so well because he's basically the male version of you. You're going to get on so well like two peas in a pod, you and bloody Paul. You're going to get on so well. What is this voice, Hannah? I don't know where I'm from, but I love doing it. You'll get on like a house on fire. You and Paul, and then you meet Paul and he's a cunt. I feel like that might be a hint. I take the mick out of my mates, but it's hard for them to set me up with someone though, because I don't really have a type, like not physically at least. Like I'm not interested in someone for like their age, their height, their weight, their gender, unless you're into steampunk, in which case there is a lie. You're the kind of person that chooses to wear a top hat goggles? You at least need to meet society halfway and not pair that with goggles. And I know it takes all sorts to make a world, and I should be more accepting of alternative lifestyles, but if you're over the age of 30 and you're still obsessed with Harry Potter, I don't think you should be allowed outside. And I've not got everyone with that. You're making a really sad face at me. You're in Ravenclaw, I get it. We got our house even. I've started doing this voice tonight, and I will do it forever. Yay, just one person. But like, I've got to be harsh on the Potterheads, right? Because it's the same people that tell me depression doesn't exist, and the exact same people that get really touchy when I tell them, "Hun, neither does Hogwarts." Read another book, for the love of God. Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys, right? Because we're in our group therapy session. I don't actually see a counsellor anymore. Still take the antidepressants though. Oh, no. Antidepressant. I've been taking them for over 10 years. So when my doctor prescribed them for my suicidal tendencies, and she said, "No, don't take more than one of these a day, Hannah, or they could be fatal." So it's, work out either way, guys. Yeah. I've stopped seeing a counsellor, right, because I've become a lot more comfortable with myself recently. Like I know I'm a weirdo, and like I'm all right with that. Like I've sort of become a bit more accustomed to like weirdos are the most interesting people. They create the best art. I'm quite happy to be a weirdo now. I'm a bit more grown up. The only problem I can see with being a weirdo when you do whatever this is people who tend to like your stuff tend to be suicidal. And that's no way to build a fan base. If they're genuine, they're gonna dwindle. Sorry, I pointed you. If you are going through any issues, I'll be happy to talk about it at the end. If you have been affected by any of the issues, please at me on Twitter or something. I don't think I could be famous anyway. It's a good fucking job in it. But I think I'd be bad at being a famous person, because especially when you're a famous woman, if you get asked questions in interviews or on the red carpet or whatever, you've just got to roll with it no matter what happens, and I can't be polite on command. Like, it's very difficult for me. The only thing I can relate to being famous and being asked stupid questions is when people find out I'm bisexual and they ask me stupid questions. Because they're all the same questions. Pretty much to the point where I've now got a stock answer for every single question I ask. My favourite one is, when did you first realise you were bisexual? And now the stock answer I've got is, well, there wasn't a specific time, you know. I feel like gender and like love and your sexuality, it's all evolving and moulding and growing with you as a person, when in reality the real answer is Lola, the sex fish from Shark Tale. That's when I first realised I wanted to fuck fish. It's a shit punchline. I can't think of anything else to say at the end of that, so you've got to stick with fuck fish. Where does it go? My favourite example of a celebrity being asked a stupid question and rolling with it is Marilyn Monroe. Like, so when she was alive, she was famously asked, "Marilyn, what do you wear in bed?" And instead of, kneeing him in the crotch, she said, "Chanel No. 5, which is the coolest answer. I love that answer so much. I couldn't think of something, if I thought about it for 10 years, I couldn't think of something as cool as that. If someone asked me what I wear in bed, off the cuff, one half of my brain would be panicking and trying to think of something funny, one half of my brain would just be upset because it's a sad question, and the other half of my brain would just be going, "Oh, the other half of my brain, I've got two halves." But the whole time, while the two parts of my brain and another half that's just come in for some reason, they're all battling it out, while my mouth the whole time is just going, "Oh, that's what it used to be, shit. It used to be daytime clothes until it got beans on it." Nah, it's cool. It's nice to know you don't wear pyjamas either. This has been nice. Oh my god, broke the microphone stand. I'm such a professional. You guys have been really patient. But I'll leave you with this thing, right? So I get asked a lot about my act, will you have a threesome with me and my ugly husband? No. That's the main one. But since I've started doing that shark tale. Oh my god. But, oh my god, guys, I'm nearly done. I know you love each other very much, but please, for my self-esteem, I'm very jealous, well done. Thank you for laughing at my jokes. I'm gonna go. I've just got one more thing, because like the thing that I get asked most about is it all real? And of course it's real. I'm not just gonna fucking say that I'm suicidal and I'm mental for like the lols, because it's not that funny. But I don't think that you would look at me and think that's a depressed person. You know, if you saw me walking down the street, you wouldn't think I was mental, but now you see me walking down the street, you know, across the road, you know, that kind of thing. I want to carry on talking about mental health and stuff because I think it's important, and I think that, like, you know, you don't know it until people say it. So, like, you wouldn't know it from looking at me that there are days where, like, I can't get out of bed. I've had to quit jobs because I couldn't hack it. Anxiety, depression, I couldn't get out of bed to get there. I used to self-harm when I was a teenager until I realised I could do gigs like this. And the result's the same. So, you guys have been great. I'm gonna go and sit down. Enjoy the rest of your night. Goodbye.